My boyfriend is trying to marry into a rich family, but he doesn't know that I am the daughter of the richest man. As my boyfriend came out of his dormitory, he saw me walking around a Rolls-Royce. He pushed me away from the car with contempt. He said grumpily, "Stay away from my babe's car, you poor woman, I don't want you to stain it." I was shocked. Just as I was about to speak, a woman wrapped her arm around my boyfriend's waist from behind. "Girl, there's no point looking at my car, you didn't have it when you were born and will never have it in your lifetime." Looking at the two of them in front of me, I finally realized that I might have been cheated on. Instead of feeling embarrassed about being caught cheating, my boyfriend told me openly, "I got together with you so that you could write my paper. Now, I don't need to pretend anymore. Let's break up." With that, he got into the Rolls-Royce with the woman, hugging each other. Slowly, I recovered from my shock. I made a call to the police. "Hello, I want to report the theft of my Rolls-Royce worth $15 million. During the summer vacation, my boyfriend, Will Lawson, was always so busy that I couldn't contact him, so on the first day of the academic year, I went to his dormitory with a gift to give him a surprise. Just as I arrived downstairs of his dormitory building, I saw a car that looked familiar. When I was walking around the car, Will came out of the dormitory. At the sight of me, he glanced at me with annoyance and said impatiently, "Can you please stop staring at someone else's car like that, shame on you?" I was just about to explain that the car was mine, curious about why it ended up here after I put it in a car wash. But before I could say anything, a woman hugged Will and kissed him right in front of me. Seeing my shocked look, she asked with a smug smile, "Baby, didn't you tell me you broke up with this poor woman long ago? What is she doing here now?" Originally, I wanted to ask when we broke up, but Will just gave me a dirty look and said, as expected of a poor loser, she kept pestering me when she couldn't accept the breakup. The woman responded with an amused expression. Seeing me looking at the Rolls-Royce from time to time, she couldn't help laughing again. "Girl, there's no point looking at my car, you didn't have it when you were born and will never have it in your lifetime." Will gave the woman a smile I had never seen before and said, "That's right, stay away from my babe's car, I don't want you to stain it." The woman waved her hand indifferently and said, "It doesn't matter, just let her look at it. If she stains it, I'll just buy another one. The last thing I lack is money." I was so astonished that I pointed at the car and asked suspiciously, "You mean this car is yours?" The woman snorted with laughter, took out the car keys, started the car remotely, and said, "If it's not my car, how can I have the car keys? Besides, if it's not mine, can it be yours?" Seeing her take out the car keys, I instantly understood that the woman must be a car washer, so she had my car keys. With a cold snort, I intended to directly tell them my identity, but I turned my words around when they came to my lips. "Having the keys doesn't mean that the car is yours, does it? I know this car, it belongs to the heir of the richest woman in the city of Horsen, and you are not her." The woman suddenly interrupted me, "Shoo, just keep it to yourself. I don't like to be ostentatious, but since you've said it, I might as well admit it. Yes, I'm Emma Chambers, the daughter of the richest woman." After she said this, all the students around could not help but gasp in amazement and began to discuss it. Will felt even more complacent. He raised his head and said, "Zoe Chambers, we are all adults now. If I don't reply to your messages, it means I'm dumping you. I'm way out of your league." I thought it was ridiculous and said, "Will Lawson, have you forgotten that I got together with you after you pursued me?" Will's face changed as if he didn't expect me to expose him so mercilessly like this, but he quickly recovered and said, "I agree to be your boyfriend because you can help me write my papers. Come on, do you think I would fall in love with a poor loser like you? Let's break up." I pointed at Emma and asked, "Do you want to break up with me just because of her?" Will rolled his eyes at me and said, "No, it's because you're too cheap. Every time I went out to eat with you, you always took me to some secluded so-called private restaurants and bragged that those little restaurants were opened by Michelin star chefs, making me ashamed. By contrast, Emma always takes me to those truly decent restaurants, each of which requires a membership card. I guess you don't even have the qualifications to go in. Do you?" I couldn't help but take another look at the car. I did put a lot of membership cards and stored value cards for restaurants in the car. I supposed Emma deceived Will with this car and just a few meals paid with my cards. Will kept belittling me, amusing Emma. I couldn't be bothered to argue with him and just picked up my phone to call my supervisor, Professor Lewis. "I need to revise the paper I handed in." "Yes, it's mainly about removing the second author on it." I wrote the paper alone. As soon as I hung up the phone, Will's face changed. He stamped his feet anxiously and spat, "How could you possibly call the professor to remove my name from the paper? Do you know my graduation will be delayed without this paper? You are not allowed to take my name out, or I only asked frostily with a cold look at him, "Or what? Or you'll break up with me?" Will was so anxious that he almost burst into tears. He knew very well that I would not make him the second author again, so he snuggled up against Emma's arms and said pitifully, "Babe, what should I do? I can't graduate without this paper." Emma took out her phone and said to me, I'll give you $5,000 as long as you change the author of the paper to my babe's name. I didn't even move and asked, only $5,000? As the daughter of the richest woman, is that all you can give? Shouldn't it be at least $500,000?